The staff and reopening team of St. Mary of the Annunciation are very excited to be welcoming our parishioners back into our worship space. In order to reopen the church, we have new procedures and guidelines to be followed each time you enter the building. In order to accommodate cleaning the church after Mass, we will not have a full Mass schedule for the time being. We hope to return to a full Mass schedule in the future. A taped version of the weekend Mass will continue to be available on the St. Mary's website and YouTube channel. Due to social distancing requirements, we are left with a very limited capacity in the church. Therefore, you must sign up via Sign Up Genius in order to attend Mass. The sign up is found on the St. Mary's website and also will be emailed out through Constant Contact every Monday. You will be able to click on a link to make your reservation. At this time, we are able to only accommodate 50 people per Mass, with hopes of increasing that number in the near future. Therefore, private prayer will continue for the time being on Wednesday afternoons and Friday mornings, and spots can be reserved on Sign Up Genius, which can also be found on the website. Reconciliation is also available every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. No sign-up is necessary for that. The sign-up page looks like this. You can also sign up for a reservation by calling the parish at 847-223-0010. Reservations for Mass and private prayer are available every Monday morning at 9 a.m. for the week ahead. Before you come to Mass at St. Mary, we ask that you ask yourself the following questions. Are you feeling ill today? Do you currently have a temperature of more than 100 degrees? Have you been exposed to the COVID-19 virus within the past 14 days? If you answer yes to any of these questions, we ask you to not come and stay home for the safety and health of everybody. Upon arrival for Mass, only the main entrance will be open for entry. You must use the doors on the right side, which have been designated as the enter doors. You must wear a mask in order to be allowed into the church. We will have masks available if you do not have one. We recommend you arrive at least 20 to 30 minutes before Mass begins to accommodate the check-in procedure. With respect to the volunteers who are also attending Mass, the doors will be closed when Mass begins, and late arrivals will not be admitted. When entering the church, please keep a 6-foot physical distance between you and or your family and any other person present. Also, when entering, you will either be sprayed with hand sanitizer in your hands by a volunteer, or we ask you to use the hand sanitizer on the table. After entering, you will head to the check-in table to be checked in using the name on your reservation. When forming the line for checking in, please be aware of the taped lines on the floor that indicate a 6-foot space between groups. If there are not enough spots in the church to wait in line, please wait outside where lines have been taped as well. After checking in, you will follow the arrows on the floor towards the set of doors on the right side of the main doors to the church. As you wait for a volunteer to seat you, please maintain the 6-foot physical distancing. The volunteer will show you and or your family to a designated pew. Pews are roped off and marked with a cross to maintain social distancing. Volunteers will fill the church starting at the front and continue while working their way back. Do not move out of your assigned seats through the entire Mass to avoid crossing over other parishioners that may be in your pew. Mass will begin as usual. You are asked not to sing during Mass at this time to avoid contamination of others, but rather to hum if you would like. Please note that a collection will not take place during Mass. There are 2 collection stands, one as you walk into the narthex, and then one as you walk into the church. Please drop any donation you have, including your envelopes, off there. As well, during Mass, there will be no sign of peace. We ask you to either wave or give a head nod to those around you. From that point on, you are set all the way until communion, where we have new guidelines. The most important thing to note is that everyone must come up in the communion procession, even if they are not receiving the Eucharist. Again, this helps avoiding the crossing of paths or climbing over one another in the pew to get into the line. Volunteers will be guiding you through this process. They will dismiss each pew individually, as Father or a deacon are the only people distributing the Eucharist at this time. Don't be alarmed. For the time being, anybody who gives out communion has to wear a face shield. When you exit your pew, you are recommended to sanitize your hands before receiving communion. You will approach Father, receive the Eucharist, and carry it over to the side. There you will be able to remove one side of your face mask in order to consume the host. After consumption, resecure your mask and head back to your assigned seat in your assigned pew. It is very important that you do not leave early. When Mass is ended, we ask that you remain in your seat until the volunteer directs you to be dismissed, who will be dismissing each pew from the back of church, working up to the front. This is the reverse of how you were seated. You will then head out the worship doors, the opposite doors of which you came into church, and then out into the narthex, and will be guided to the exit doors of the building. After exiting, we ask that you do not congregate in groups. We ask that you please go to your car and leave. We would like to remind the vulnerable population or families with small children that may not be able to sit through the entire Mass that we are still offering Mass on the St. Mary website and YouTube channel, and will continue to be an option for those who feel they should remain at home. Please also keep in mind that due to physical distancing and cleaning requirements, bathrooms are limited at this time. We also advise against using the bathrooms again to avoid climbing over people in pews. While the safety information from the state and the Archdiocese seems to be changing on a daily basis, we can still use this video as a guideline to help us safely celebrate Mass each week. We hope to see you soon. Welcome back. God bless.